Hey guys, how you doing? It's Elliott. Today I'm going to teach you how to master selling on the phone. Not only are you going to be able to crush it, I'm going to tell you what you're going to go through in the first 30 seconds on a phone call. Remember, the difference between high achievers and the average is the phone. It's the difference. It doesn't matter if you post cars on Craigslist or Facebook or you take internet leads or phone pops in your store. If you're not great on the phone, can you go to the next level? The answer is no. I want you to watch this full video. And I'm going to tell you the difference between your competition that you're trying to crush that's across the street is the difference in the phone skills. By the time this video is over, those problems you have will be gone. And by the way, listen, I want to tell you this. I put together a blog. It's on the link below. You can click on the blog, print it out, and you can read over everything that I'm going over in this video. Also on top of that, because sometimes on this board, when I write stuff down, you may be trying to see this from your screen and be like, man, what does that say? Listen, I'm going to show you how to take a phone call, and also I'm going to show you how to close the phone call in the end, right? This script is right here. You see it's printed out? Nice and easy. I printed this out for you because I think this will help you actually elevate your game and be able to understand this better, because I want you to physically be able to read and see exactly everything that I write down. So what I did is that I made this chart, and everything that I cover in this video is right here. There's a link below. Just click it, and you can print this out on your computer, okay? So that way, while you're watching the video, you can physically read along with it. And there's some more in there that I actually won't even talk about in here because I'm not reading it off the paper. I'm just going off my heart on how I kill it on the phone. And also, let's go back to this. This is how a lot of phone calls are taken. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful vehicle. You know, I just got it in. You know, what time can you make it? That right there, has that cell been opened? No, I get it. You were polite when you answered the phone. I get it. You were nice to them. Yes, you told them it was still available, and then you go straight for the appointment. You can't go straight for the appointment if you're not offering to solve a problem. I'm going to show you how to do that here, and everything's going to click and it's going to make sense, okay? So I want to tell you, don't be like everyone else. More than likely, you were never trained on the phone, or if you were trained on the phone, you were trained on the phone by somebody else that worked at another dealership before. That means they're doing those same things at different dealerships. Be different, sound different, you'll get different results. All right, let's get to it. So, there is no such thing as phone talent. There are people who are trained on the phone, and there are people who are not trained on the phone. So that's it. Salesmen aren't born, they're made. Guys, if you want to be incredible on the phone, you will get built during this video, okay? So just remember, if you're not the best, or even if you're good, there's always another level that you can go to. And if you're great on the phone, how about this? Don't take great. Don't take one of the best. Be the very best. Be outstanding. When somebody listens to you, they're like, oh my God, that was like music to my ears. It's amazing. So there's no such thing as phone talent. There are people who are trained and people who aren't trained. Because in every phone call, you will be faced with a new customer in a new situation. Most salespeople become nervous, this is you, or unconfident at some point during the sale. Customers can smell that. Listen, this video is going to fix this. I'm going to give you a new game plan. If you become nervous or unconfident on the phone, these customers, they smell that. And it's almost like a dog. If a dog smells that you fear it for just a second, it's going to attack you. Okay? So I'm going to show you. We're going to make a new game plan, and you're never going to be nervous or unconfident again. Here's a few tips. Before we get started with the plan, never get a fake appointment again. How? Before you can successfully sell a vehicle over the phone, you must win the customer over by making them believe you truly want to help them. Salespeople hold the key to either ensure that a great working relationship develops or it doesn't. So what's the goal? The goal is you want a great working relationship. But most of the time, we don't get a great working relationship. It's kind of like a bank account. If you don't put money in the bank, can you take money out of the bank? No. But I see salesmen all the time trying to pull money out of a customer, right? Whenever they haven't deposited anything into the customer. I'm going to show you the psychology of selling and the way that it matters whether you have a great working relationship with them. But in order for you to have a great relationship with them, the customer has to truly believe that you want to help them. I said the word truly. They have to believe that. That believability is everything, and you're the only person that can create it. The guy that creates it, when a customer's calling around on the phone, that's when he stops shopping and he buys. All right, let's move on here. Within 30 seconds, several things are going to happen. So what's going to happen within the first 30 seconds of a phone call? This is it. You will feel attracted to or unattracted by the customer. You will have made assumptions about the customer's financial status. You know what I'm talking about. You have made up your mind whether or not the customer's a laydown or that they're going to be hard work. And you'll have also made the assumption whether the customer is going to be a positive sell opportunity or a negative sell opportunity. Am I right? And then lastly, I put it in red here. You are being evaluated by the customer in the same exact way. Think about it, guys. In the first 30 seconds, this is what's happening. Knowing that that's going to happen, guess what? And know that you're doing this as well. You have to make sure that you can do this while you go through, which is why in a minute we're getting to this chart so you can see that I'm going to give you, it's like here's the test, here's the answers to the test. I'm going to give you the plan. When I close a car deal, I have a support system, a funnel, and I have a process, a system that I don't deviate from. You're not ever going to deviate, and you won't get stuck in these traps and these holes and actually get off track and end up losing the sale again once we get over here to this. So, at the start of a phone call, you have to automatically dial in your voice tonation, okay? I want you to understand this. You have a disadvantage on the phone from what you have in person. Why? Because you have body talk in person, okay? And then obviously you have voice talk on the phone. So the voice skills gotta contain confidence and excitement. Okay, confidence and excitement is what? Influencing and persuading. Why? Because look, the transfer of emotion, the way that I feel about something, can be pushed through a telephone into you, right? Through confidence and excitement. But if I'm not excited about something, can I push that into you? Hey, how you doing? Yeah, no, I still got that. Yeah, it's a nice car. When can you make it? How's your day? Look, are you selling anything? No. And look, let's just take the salesman out of the equation. The two words I want you to focus on, influencing and persuading. How do you persuade somebody? By transfer of emotion. How does the customer feel emotion through a phone? Through confidence and excitement. That's it. In person, you can see my eyes, you can see my hands, you can see the way I move, you can see all of that stuff. On the phone, that gets taken away. It's like trying to tell somebody you're excited through a text message without explanation points. You can't do it. On the phone, I want to tell you this, some people sound like a text message. Don't do it. Be exciting, be confident, push the transfer of emotion, be enthusiastic and open, right? Be like a chameleon. Let me explain this to you. I don't care who you are, what nationality, what race, what you believe in. I don't care about any of that. Your job is to be a chameleon to your customers. Why? So that they'll want to see you as somebody that's one of their friends that they want to buy from. Familiarity, okay? And then also mirror them in some forms, but not in all the forms, okay? So if they're a certain way, you may mirror image that just so that they'll understand common ground with you, right? But also, you have to not mirror their excitement and their energy if they're way down. You have to bring them up in that area. All right, so let's get over into what I call the fun stuff. But this right here, this is the answers to the test on the phone. This isn't how to take a phone call. This is how you need to be when you're getting ready to take that phone call, which is why you can print the blog out, why I gave you all these notes to print out, why you can print out the graph. I'm giving you all this stuff so you can actually really take yourself to the next level. And don't take this video lightly. If you don't get great on the phone, you're not ever going to make any more money. It's never going to happen, okay? You have to go to the next level. So sometimes as I'm moving through stuff, like I said, it's hard to read this stuff. Click the link below, you can print it out. All right, so we're going to start about this. This is where the cell opens. This is where it closes, and I take the appointment. A cell cannot be closed until it's opened. This works for cold calls, inbound and outbound. It doesn't matter, I don't care what you're doing. It's the same funnel on all of them. And you may change the system just a tad when you print it out, and you can go through and change it because you have a nice little diagram of it. But I want to show this with you. When I answer the phone, step one is right here. The cell opens. I call that the meet and greet on the phone, okay? You have to be happy, you have to be energetic. The customer can tell if you're smiling, sitting down, selling cars, having a good time, or if you're a dud. The customers can tell just by your meet and greet right out the gate. Remember in the first 30 seconds, they're identifying these things? They're also identifying these things. They can tell whether you're smiling, sitting down, selling cars, standing up, having a good time, or if you're a dud. That's step one. Step two, you have to do this. You may have been told this before, but you probably never listened to it. Listen to what I'm saying and make sure you take action in this, okay? Get their name and now repeat it. Repeat it 5 to 10 times during the conversation. Yes, that is step two. Every time I take somebody's name, if they call me, boom, I write it on my hand and I'm like, so Phyllis, let me ask you this. And then also, all right, so I understand, Phyllis. I see what you're saying to me now. Okay, cool. So Phyllis, you know what I was thinking? I'm saying the name over and over and over, 5 to 10 times through the cell. And guess what? Every time that someone hears their name, they become more attracted to you, okay? I want you to think about that. Plus, it's more familiarity. Like you and them are on the same page and you already know each other. You want to create that anyways. Well, that's the psychology. Make it happen. You can force it without trying to force it, all right? Now, here's the point, step three, when you're going to ask what they're calling about. So tell me how I can help you today, Phyllis, all right? I branched off into here, into building rapport, and also step 4 is building rapport. This is a rapport building section. So when I ask what they're calling about, I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, awesome. So now, let me ask you, what are you going to be using that for? Here's what I always do. I call this creating a gap. No one teaches this out there. I did it every time, and it works every time. Everybody would wonder how I could take 10 phone calls, and I could probably set 8 appointments off 10 phone calls. Why? Because I created a gap. Sometimes I don't always know what to say, or what's the next thing that I need to say. My goal is a customer has a sentence or something going on in their head, and my goal is I need to finish that sentence, right? But I have to figure out what it is for the sale to be made. So I have to talk to them for a second. So where do I decide where's that time to talk? It's right here. It's in step 4. I call it creating the gap. So here's what I say every time. Okay, awesome. So you're calling about that Toyota Prius. Oh, that's a really nice car. You know what? Let me do this. I actually want to get 2 pieces of information on that vehicle that I would tell you about that I think is going to be really exciting. Give me 1 second. It says that my computer right here is rebooting itself. It normally takes about 30 seconds. Well, I'm waiting for that to pull up. Did you see that? I created the gap. Hey, how are you doing? Well, I'm getting that information for you. What I want to do, wait a minute, it looks like my computer is rebooting itself. It normally takes about 30 seconds. Well, I'm waiting for that to happen. That right there, that 30 seconds gives you 30 seconds to do what? Build massive rapport and to figure out what their problem is, where they're at in the buying funnel. What is it that they've already been through so you can figure out really how you're going to go and set your appointment with these people because everybody's different. So, I put here, give me 30 seconds to reboot my computer, and then I'm going to give you the information you need. I ask these questions, okay? So where are you calling from, right? And that's just a common ground question, but also say, so where are you from? And then I go into this. Now, how familiar are you with those Toyota Priuses? So I put, how familiar are you with these cars? Awesome. Have you had an opportunity to drive one? Ask it. Why am I asking, have you had the opportunity to drive one? Because it finds out where they're at in the buying funnel. Did they just get in? You're the first person they call? Or at the end of their shopping process, they've seen 4 or 5 of them, and you know they're calling you on the end of it because they have some type of problem. Maybe a deal stinks somewhere. They didn't buy it because of that. They're calling you. You can fix that problem. You can say, hey, look, we don't have those problems here. But guess what? You can't say things. You don't know what you don't know. This is giving you an opportunity to know these things now. So, where are you from? How familiar are with these? Have you had an opportunity to drive one? And then, what did you think? Did you like it? Hey, and then if they say, yeah, we really liked it. Watch this. Why didn't you buy it? Just asking while I'm waiting on the computer, why didn't you buy it? Why? Because they're going to tell you why. And guess what? Your customers will tell you exactly how to be the one and only person that sets an appointment, gets a real appointment, and makes a real sale. And this is how your customer wants to be helped. Let's move on after creating the gap. Watch this. 30 seconds. Hey, it's like a bank account. You deposit money, you get to withdraw. Now I've deposited some, now it's time for me to withdraw. Watch this. The computer's up. I put answer questions here. We don't have those problems here. So you were telling me that you drove that Prius there, right? But you said it smelled like smoke. So number one, we don't have those problems here, okay? Look, most of our vehicles, as a matter of fact, I'm looking at this Carfax here. This says it's a one owner. It was a lease return. It just came in. Oh my gosh, I actually know the lady that traded this car in. Guys, whatever it is, you go into selling it and solving the problem. We don't have those problems here. Look, let me tell you this. We give top dollar on trades. You said they didn't give you enough for your trade? Oh my God, that's actually how we built our whole business, is by giving enough for their trades. That's actually our nickname. Watch this. We also have the best rates in the country. We also have the lowest payments in the country. I had a guy the other day that had the same similar situation, almost with the same twin conversation of what we're having right now with you. And guess what? He actually got his payment $70 cheaper at our store than the store he was at. You know how grateful he was that he ended up making the call, meeting me, and then buying this car? I want to do the same for you. Guys, you see that? Bottom line is, solve it. Once you solve it, now you have the right, and you've earned the right to ask for the appointment. Okay? Right here, set the appointment. Maybe. I'm either going to set the appointment here, or I'm going to set it here. This is the difference between the people who actually want to grow and who don't want to grow. So watch this. Why did I say maybe set the appointment here? Because I feel the customer out. I'm about ready to ask for the appointment, but guess what? I only got one shot at it. Remember this. You want to be a winner? You got one shot. Take that appointment down. You can never ask for it. Then they say, no, I can't make it. And then you try to ask for it again. No. Timing is everything. You have to have the customer ready to give you that real appointment. So what do I say? I say something like this. I put, don't set an appointment if the customer's skeptical. So I'll say like, Miss Johnson, it looks like I have the right Prius here. It's the right color. It looks like the Carfax is amazing. Gosh, this could be one of the nicest ones we've ever had. Let me ask you this. Does it sound like this is the Prius that you kind of imagine sitting in your driveway, which is what your new car would be looking like? Listen. Well, I don't know. It kind of sounds like it. Well, you know what? Let me do this. What did I smell? I smell skeptic. I'm not going to ask for the appointment just yet. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to hold back. I'm going to take a second. I'm going to say, you know what? And actually, Miss Johnson, let me do this to you because I could be lying to you here, right? And I never lie to anybody. Here's what I want to do. Let me put you on hold for just 5 seconds. I want to walk out over the window and double check out on the lot to make sure this car's still available. Because we had 2 or 3 more appointments yesterday that were set on this vehicle. So I don't want to tell you or even try to set an appointment with you on a car that's actually not even available here anymore, okay? This is a very nice car. I'm sure that, I'm not sure, I'm confident and positive 500% that you'll love it. And this car will be like new for you and your family. Let me just walk out and peek out over the window. My window's right here. Give me 1 second real quick. I want to make sure it's still here before we talk about it any further. Is that okay? Yes. Watch. Put her on hold. Okay. It's here. I got it. Here's what I'm going to do. Watch this. I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to grab the keys. I'm going to put the keys on my desk. What I would like to do is this. You don't have to make any commitments to buy anything over the phone. That's not the way this store works. What I want to do, though, is give you first shot and first rights and first opportunity to drive the car, touch it, feel it, smell it, and make sure you love it. And then in the end, it's your decision. Would that be fair? Sure, I guess that sounds fair. Awesome. So obviously, I'm going to get the keys. Would you like to meet me middle of the day, the end of the night, tomorrow morning? When's going to be best? And I'll go ahead and put an appointment schedule on this vehicle. That way we can lock it in right now. That's when I close the appointment. Now I'm going to tell you this. If you don't have a system, how can you be deadly on the phone? How can you crush it on the phone? You can't. You're just going to be swerving all over the place. And then at the end say, so can you make it in? Would you like to come see it? And then when they say no, you're confused why. It's not the car. A lot of the time it's you, and it's the way that you structure the customer and get them prepared to set a real appointment with you. The good thing is why most of the world sucks on the phone, you don't have to. And then when you're on the phone, you'll stand out. So what I'd like you to do is this. Watch this video 3, 4, 5 times. Understand it like the back of your hand. Print the notes off, highlight everything on them, really go through it. And then if you need questions from there, maybe there's a cold call list you're calling or something and you're like, Andy, hey, I'm calling this. Like, would that be different? Look, shoot me a text. You guys are always open to text me. 918-210-0254. Print the blog. You have all the notes, print them below, and watch this video over and over. And I want you guys to go kill it on the phones, and let's crush it, and let's beat the heck out of these other untrained salespeople all around the country. Have a great day.